Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode on this YouTube channel. And today I'm having a look at the ZOOM ARQ-96. And to say it like this is some kind of Swiss Army knife of music production, and to have a look at every feature would take hours and hours. So instead of doing that, I will create a complete song on this device and you can join me. And I will have a conclusion at the end of this video, so be sure to stick around. Oh, and now, let's go. Despite this being a synthesizer channel, I'm going to begin by recording some guitar phrases directly into the ARQ, using my H4n as a microphone. Individual samples on the ARQ can be up to 6 minutes long in stereo or 12 minutes in mono, and before pressing that big capture button you have to set up the ARQ so it doesn't automatically stop the recording once you reach the end of a sequence. Once you're done recording, you can then trim the beginning and the end of your sample with the encoders, and then assign it to one of the 96 pads on the ring, and then tap one of the pads to listen to your sample. Okay, now I'm recording some percussive slaps before creating a pattern sequence. All songs on the ARQ are made up from patterns, so we begin by creating a pattern which is 4 bars long. Each pattern can have its own set of instruments, which can be made up from samples or synthesizers. And here I'm beginning by assigning my guitar to the first pad and then recording 4 bars of music. And now I'm going to load the percussive slab, assign it to a pad, and then create a simple rhythm pattern using the step sequencer. In the step sequencer, each pad on the ring corresponds to a 16th note in the bar. Samples can also be played chromatically, that means you can play a melody. Let's use that to record the bass line. Okay, next I'm going to add a synthesizer track using the ARQ's internal virtual analog synth. This synth can use up to 3 oscillators per patch, and the oscillators can be one of the standard waveforms like saw, sine, square, pulse and triangle. Each patch can be shaped by 2 LFOs and 2 envelope curves. Also, you can apply up to 4 insert effects per pattern, not per patch, but per pattern. And you can use the LFOs to modulate the panning, the volume, the filter frequency, and the effects. I'm setting up this patch to move slowly from the left to the right and to change its filter frequency slightly over time. Here I'm applying an insert effect to the sound. It's called Pumper, and it will change the volume periodically, like a sidechaining effect. The ARC's internal synthesizer can also do FM or frequency modulation synthesis, but if you choose to do so, only 2 oscillators can be used per voice, and the third one will be the FM operator. Okay, now let's add this synthesizer sound to our pattern. At this moment I was feeling that this track was missing some cringe-worthy vocals. Okay, let's get over with this quickly. I remember... Okay, I've recorded my vocals. I'll pan them left and right and apply some of the global effects to them so they sound less cringe-worthy. And, well, global effects are reverb, delay, filter, and one of your choosing. I've been here before. If you are the proud owner of an USB host like this, or a notebook or tablet, then you can control your external synthesizers or gear with the ARC. In order to do so, you must create a new patch and assign a MIDI channel to it in the settings menu, and on your other gear make sure that it receives the signals on the same MIDI channel. The ARC's sequencer has 32 tracks, and 16 of them can be used for controlling external MIDI gear. Okay, and now let's record this external synthesizer track and listen to the final result. I remember I've been here before. I remember it's so long ago. Okay, and here are my final thoughts on the ZOOM ARQ-96. As you probably have guessed, I'm enthusiastic on this machine. It can do so many things. It's a synthesizer, it can do sampling, it's a looper, you can record whole songs with it, you can use it as an external effects device for your guitar or anything else. And with the new firmware update, you can do even more things, and the interface is not as cluttered as before, and they improved so many things. And yeah, I only can recommend it to you if you're thinking about buying this synthesizer or machine. Do it, especially considering it's only 170 euros if you shop around a little. Yeah, and that being said, there are some wishes or some things that Zoom could improve upon with the next release, if they ever release the next ARQ. And one of them being the ring itself. This is a great idea, but the touch responsiveness of this ring is not that great. It reacts to the velocity you're hitting it with your fingers, but you can't press these buttons really down, so you never know how hard you actually hit this thing. And well, another thing which would be great, and I know they added it to the ZOOM ARQ-48, would be standard MIDI ports, because the ZOOM ARQ is really great for controlling all your other synthesizers, but you have to buy an external USB MIDI host in order to do so at the moment. And another oversight which really annoys me is you can't run this thing on batteries. You have to use a power plug, and this thing has got batteries, but the base station itself has not, and it would be really great if I could take this on the road and do things with it while being away from home. Yeah, but overall this machine is, well, hugely underrated on the internet, and I hope that we will see more videos and music output in the future using the ZOOM ARQ. It's really great.